Guys, we're back with the Screen Team right here on today's Talk KWOC. We've got the second half of our hour-long show right now being joined by Stacey Anderson. And Stacey, this review right here is review number 850. Are you ready for it?
Let's do it.
All right, this one is called Summer School. This one was released in the, I believe, late 1980s.
87, I think, is what it was.
87. Was this a movie that you have seen before,
Yes.
before reviewing this?
Yeah, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's got Mark Harmon from, what's he in now, CSI?
NCIS.
Oh, NCIS.
Agent Gibbs. Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs.
Man, you know your Mark Harmon, don't you?
A little bit.
A little bit. This one has to do with Mark Harmon. He is a teacher at a high school, and I think like in California or something like that. He's a gym teacher, so he's kind of he doesn't take his job too seriously. He's very relaxed, whatever, do what you got to do.
Well, he lets the kids put their own grade in their report card for them, so.
Which is pretty nice.
And he brings his dog, the Wonder Mutt.
The Wonder Mutt, of course, man. And, well, the guy who teaches summer school for that particular school decides that he's going to do a little lotto playing, which he actually wins the lotto.
It was Rob Reiner, wasn't it?
Carl Reiner.
Carl Reiner, yeah.
Yeah. He actually directed this film, too. So basically, he wins the lotto. He's like, you know what? I ain't doing summer school this year. Find somebody else. And they find Mark Harmon to do it.
Because nobody else would do it.
Nobody else.
And he had 74 bags to pack for Hawaii. If he didn't have all that luggage, he'd have been on his way to Hawaii.
I know. So talk a little bit about the group that he is teaching for summer school, because it's not the best group.
No, they're the misfits. They're there for remedial English. They didn't pass. They're going to have to pass. So they're all in there, and it's kind of a conglomeration of just, well, you got a pregnant teenager. You have like Bill and Ted knockoffs.
Right. You
have like kind of the ditzy girl. You have this jock who's gone for 6 weeks to the bathroom. You got one guy who can't stay awake, and then you find out why he can't stay awake.
Right.
And then you have, this nerdy guy whose grandma's going to kill him because he failed English, and and they don't want to be there. None of them wants to be there.
Right.
So they give him kind of a run for his money because he's acting like a goof in the beginning.
Right.
And then he kind of gets in trouble, and he has to straighten up, and they don't want to straighten up. So then they negotiate a deal.
That's right.
And that's when all kind of the pandemonium ensues.
Well, a lot of the things that he got in trouble for was because they went on field trips, right?
Field trips, yeah.
And they would go and do like go-karts and roller coasters.
The beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes in there, and one of the characters reminds me of Doug. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't guess.
Chainsaw?
Oh, yeah.
Chainsaw loves horror films.
Yes.
And there's a scene where they're at a petting zoo.
Yeah. The bunnies.
And they play a trick on the entire class, and they've got like these bunnies attacking their faces, and they've got all this makeup on and stuff like that. It's just totally hilarious. I love those guys.
Yeah, and then like everybody's clapping for them at the end. Yeah.
And that foreign exchange student's like, "You did this for me?"
Yeah. Awesome.
So you got Mark Harmon in this, but you got some other star power in this as well. Christy Alley from Cheers fame is in this.
Yeah.
She plays kind of like the wannabe love interest of Mark Harmon in this film. Also, Courtney Thorne-Smith.
Courtney Thorne-Smith, yeah, she's in there. She's kind of the ditzy, or not ditzy. She's the space. I don't know.
She's into surfing.
Yeah, she can't pay attention to anything but surfing.
Yeah. What else was she in? Melrose Place and.
Yeah, and
what was that one with Jim Belushi? Remember which one I'm talking about?
Life with Jim or something like that.
Yeah. So a lot of star power in this. Did you find this funny after all these years?
Yeah, I was laughing kind of hard at some of it, So.
Did you find that one part gross where the the guys who do all the makeup, they were.
Oh, when they had the substitute teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because I was watching them, and they were all trying not to laugh, like, that was a good part, yeah.
And, of course, at the very end, everything kind of works out for them. They don't really pass the...
No, but he gets his tenure, and they've all made strides, They've made strides, and the guys, they're kind of hard on the women a couple times, because one girl has to step out because it's a female thing. And then the one girl, she has her baby, and they're like, well, doesn't it count that she has a baby, And
it usually does.
Yeah. And so he's like, the women get it every time. They don't have an excuse. The guys don't, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie, was set in the 80s, and I guess for that time it was kind of risque. But watching it now, did you find it to be, do you think this is a movie that a lot of people can watch, or is it too risque, or what do you think?
Well, I don't think it's risque. It's not any worse than some of the stuff you see on television.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if everybody's going to enjoy this movie, you know. If you're a fan of Gibbs, you should just watch it just to watch it, right? He's Gibbs, and he's 35 in this movie.
That's right, he is.
So he's got dark hair, and he's, wears roller skates that say Nike on them, and, it's very, very 80s, very, very 80s.
Movie's called Summer School. You can find it on DVD. We're going to do a movie called The Iron Giant. That's with Sabrina next, and Stacy is going to be joining us a little bit later on the show to do a movie called The Odd Couple. It's coming your way next right here on KWOC.